Caleb, as a leader and a guy that a lot of the guys on this team look up to, how is the mentality this week, and how much as a leader do you try to make sure everybody kind of keeps their head in the right spot?
I just be trying to remember the bigger picture and just remember everything we're looking forward to this year. And this is obviously it's not the start that we wanted, but we just not gonna just lay down and just give it all in. We're just gonna keep coming out every game, prepare hard every game, and come and fight every game. And that's just my mentality. Is just trying to keep getting better each week. Try to go in 1-0 each week, and just try to perform every single week. So that's my mentality.
Malik did have 3 touchdowns the other day, but they were short runs. They really did a good job of containing him as an offensive lineman. What did you see, and what can you guys do to break Malik open in those situations where it seems like the other team is really bent on not letting him do that?
Well, when I was out there, when you're out there, you really can't see everything, but just the feeling out there, it felt like they were really gap sounded, like they were doing their jobs, doing their roles. That have certain guys contained for Malik, then they'll just crash the box with everybody else. And when we watched the film, that's exactly how it was. They were very gap sounded and very disciplined. And I just have you just got to give BC credit on having a great game plan for us, especially on the goal line.
Caleb, obviously, we just heard Coach talk about Malik being day to day, maybe preparing for Brock. For you guys, what is that like in trying to prepare for, two different quarterbacks, and how would you, I guess, compare and contrast, blocking for each one?
Well, it's no different for us because we just have as much faith in Brock as we do in Malik. Like Brock has shown us from his time being here, from spring ball and fall camp, that he can get the job done. And I know they're probably two different style of play of quarterbacks. You probably won't expect Brock to run as much as Malik, but I trust Brock's arm just as much as I trust Malik because Brock has shown me that he can get it done. So there's really no drop off, or we're not expecting anything different. We're just expecting Brock to come in. If he gets that chance, if he's the one, then we expect him to come in and get the job done. But if it's Malik, we're going to expect the same out of Malik.
Yeah, Caleb, you were in Charlotte for the ACC Media Day with Malik and Yasir. A lot of optimism about this team, and you mentioned you guys haven't quite done what you hoped to do. Have you been able to analyze it, or the players analyze it? Like, what are one or two things that you really need to improve on to get it going the right direction?
Well, it's so many things that you can look at and from each game and see why we probably haven't got the results that we wanted. And just from my standpoint in the O line, I know that we haven't played our best, and I just know we haven't gotten the push that we wanted. So I can say that from our standpoint, but there's a lot of things you can look into the game, into each game, and see one or two plays here that could have changed everything. Like for example, my cut. If I wouldn't have cut, we would have been up 9 and wouldn't have to worry about the end. But it happened, and I feel awful for it. But just trying to get better every day.
Caleb, for you personally, the attention you've gotten, I mean, a preseason first team AP All American and stuff, how does that affect you? Does that give you a confidence boost, make you want to work even harder, knowing what the possibilities are down the road?
It never affected me. It was just different for me this year. If maybe a year or two ago, all of that would have hit a lot different. But, my whole goal and focus was on this team and getting better for this team this offseason. I ignored all that, but when you got guys and coaches reminding you about it, obviously it's there and it's kind of hard to just ignore it. But my whole goal was to come back here and win and give my all to this program like I've done for the past 5 years. And it's a blessing to have all that recognition, but, at the end of the day, that's the last thing that's on my mind. It still is.
Caleb, obviously, as far from an O-line perspective, you'll still have same O-line coach with Nick Cardwell. But as far as from the offensive standpoint, Coach Satterfield mentioned that Lance Taylor will be more involved in the play calling. Just from your perspective, what have you seen from him just as an offensive coach, and just your impressions on dealing with him so far this year?
Coach Taylor is amazing. I think I wish I could have spent more time with that guy because he's just such an awesome person. And I'm not with him every day, but just he comes in and check on me like I'm one of his position guys, and just him talking to us at the beginning of the season about his expectations and the reason why he came here. It's hard not to want to play for a guy like that. So, Coach said he's giving him more play calling. That's awesome. We trust all of our coaches in the game plan, and I think Coach Taylor deserves everything that he gets coming his way.
Caleb, when teams start off not as good as they had hoped, whether it's here or elsewhere, and there's obviously different routes they can go. The players can rally around coaches, or vice versa, or they may even give up. You're a veteran. You're around the guys, obviously. What do you sense is the vibe amongst the players at this point? When you guys are in your dorm, what's the vibe?
The vibe is like everybody's is just shocked right now. Like we didn't expect this, and but that's just life as well. Things happen in life that you don't expect. It's just how you react to it. And with me personally, when I've gone 8-5, 2-10, 8-5, 4-7, 6-7, and now we're sitting at 2-3, and it hurts, but you're gonna keep coming forward every day because I know what the bigger picture is for me and my team, and that's to keep fighting every day, and that's what we're gonna do. And I feel like those guys in the locker room are pretty good. It's just obviously the last couple weeks and how this season started is not what we wanted, but it's a lot of good spirits and a lot of good heads in that locker room, which makes me feel very confident in everybody.
Caleb, a lot of injuries in the backfield with the running backs. Is it different? Obviously, Jawar's different than Tyon, that kind of thing. Does it matter for you guys? And what have you seen from Jawar and Maurice? They seem to be the two healthy ones this week.
It's different, because some of those guys got to still get used to outside zone. Obviously, this is just a different offense, and the guys that have been here read the holes different from the guys who are just here. But with the way that Tyon and Jawar has started off the season, has been truly remarkable from where they were from spring ball and fall camp to now. I think they're getting a lot more comfortable with reading the outside zone and the holes and everything. So, it's really no different. We just know we have 4 really good running backs back there, and we trust every single one of them.